Hello, my name is Dan Mason and this is Rachel Gardner. We are here to inform you of the end of America as we know it.
The end of America as we know it to be is imminent. That is a bold statement and I do not make it lightly, but it is the truth. My reasons are varied and many, and there is ample evidence that have led me to make that statement. I'll try to keep this video post short, but include as much fact as I can to back that statement. Fiat currency and global debt paper money, known as fiat currency, not backed by tangible wealth such as gold, is fast becoming the world's downfall. It's not just the US printing money, the EU, Britain and even Japan are printing money at a record-setting pace. And they are going deeper in debt at a record pace. Japan may be the first to fall. Yes, Japan. Thought they were okay, didn't you? With spending and printing out of control, Japan currently owes 183 of its GDP. Greece is right behind them with about 160 of their GDP, and the list goes on. Ireland, Spain, Portugal, the UK and the US all owe more this year than their GDP. Technically they are all bankrupt.
Food shortages are in our future. We don't see it much here in the US yet, but food is rising at a record rate here and around the world. And supplies are running out due to natural disasters. India has had crop failures in onions and carrots, two huge staples in that country. Southeast Asia has seen failures in buckwheat, another staple for that region. Chilies in Malaysia, wheat in Australia, corn in Argentina. Most of Mexico gets its corn from Argentina. Here in the US, rice production is down by 25% as farmers convert their fields to higher paying corn and soybeans, up to $60 per acre more. That is having a huge impact on countries like the Philippines and Bangladesh, as we are a huge exporter of rice. Many commodities experts say that we are only one crop failure away from global food riots, as we have seen recently in the Middle East. Many of those riots are as much about the cost of food and wages and unemployment as they are about politics.
You need to know what the government has up its sleeve. Ben Bernanke says he has the magic pill to restore the dollar, and it's been used a few times before in history. Notably the Romans and our own president used it in 1935, and it's simply devaluing the dollar and inflating precious metal prices, then backing the currency with that inflated metal. Sure, it'll stabilize the dollar and make it worth the dollar again, but the ensuing chaos it will create in the short term will devastate many Americans, or I should say those that are not prepared for the chaos.
What do we do then? Many experts in the investment field are telling their clients to prepare now for this huge change in our lives. Historically, those that have had the following in place before the crisis were able to come out of it on the top of the pile, so to speak. And if you do the research I have, you will find that all the richest people in the world, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett and folks of that standing, are taking off items on this list. Farmland and property. Those that have historically owned farmland and property in general have always come out of these situations ahead of everyone. The world will always need food, and those that control enough land to produce food will come away from the chaos with the commodity they can sell, barter or otherwise use for wealth creation. Gold and silver. When any currency collapses, those that have tangible precious metals can continue to acquire the necessities needed for their families to survive.
Food. When this crisis hits, the store shelves will quickly become bare, and most disaster experts say that we need to have at least 6 months of food to hold us until things stabilize. This is an easy one to prepare for, as there are many places on the internet where one can buy freeze-dried meals that have a shelf life of 25 to 30 years. For less than $1,000 I have acquired enough food to sustain my family for more than a year. Guns. It's inevitable that those that have not prepared will want to take what you have. You need to be prepared to protect what you own and be able to save your family in the event that someone tries to take what you have. And yes, that includes the government. They took many things at gunpoint during the Depression of the 30s, but you hear little about it. A farmer and grandfather of a friend of mine had the army come to his farm and take more than half of his cattle, at gunpoint.
Fuel. When the gas stations run out, it will be some time before they are resupplied. One needs to store a sufficient quantity of fuel and fuel stabilizer to ensure that emergency trips can be taken without the fear of the car's tank running dry. Will you be ready when the time comes? Let me just say that I am not alone in my thoughts about this. Many leading investment folks have the exact same or similar scenarios in mind and have been advising their clients for several months now about this. We can't just keep spending and printing money. Now it's past the point of no return. Please leave us a comment and check out my books at any bookstore. That America's Future, a global national and equitable local governance. Take care, and we would love to hear from you soon.